So this is a video of just seeing Bjarne Riis. Actually, let's watch this video.
Are you okay? Suffering?
Yeah, sure.
Anybody feel decent?
Yes.
Huh? This one for me was better than this one. Some of you, a little bit more concentration under 30 seconds, okay? A few of you. This is very, very important, okay? We're doing tough work here. We burn sugar. We burn a lot, okay? Make sure you get enough. Maybe you think, we had the rest of yesterday, we fill up the batteries and all that stuff. You need extra stuff when we work like this, okay? You need the fuel to do this work here. You feel it? Maybe not right now, maybe on the next 2 ones, maybe tomorrow. Just eat, okay? That's why we stop here, you fill up during the day, okay? We just need some extra sugar when we do that kind of work. Remember this all time. You can suddenly poof, kapoof. My son is 9 years old, he says kapoof. Okay, you understand? Don't be afraid to eat when you work hard like this.
Alright, so that's the video with Bjarne Riis. Bjarne Riis has got an incredible wealth of tactics. Were you going to say something, Tasha?
No.
No. And Bjarne Riis has got an incredible wealth of knowledge of tactics, everything it takes to be a Tour de France winner, right? Because he's done it himself. Now, some little Cat 3 man shouldn't be in cycling, whatever. I think Bjarne Riis is one of the most valuable people in cycling and at professional level because he knows what it takes. Same with Johan Brunel. Same with all the crew from the past who've made cycling what it is today. Lance, Ferrari, everybody. Put them all back in. That's my take on it. I don't believe that... anyway, don't get sidetracked, aren't we? I just wanted to cover that. I'm a Riis fan. And... yeah, it's corporate out there. It's cutthroat, gang. It's cutthroat. All right. So if you think it's a little, look how cutthroat it is on Instagram. All right. Look at Cat 3 memes. Durianrider sucks. Can you imagine what it's like at the pro level, where there's millions and millions of dollars at stake? It's cutthroat, gang. Don't be fairy tale landing it. So Bjarne Riis was talking about carbohydrate importance. Good to see, but it's just it highlights how still, even in pro cycling. You can be a pro rider, not a wannabe Rafa pro, like an actual pro at the World Tour who buys a house and pro money and still not get the carbohydrate thing. Bjarne Riis, top of the hill in Lucas, still reminding athletes the importance of sugar. Like, that's like saying, guys, make sure your tyres are pumped up at the right PSI so you get that last second on the climb. That baffles me. Guys, make sure you've checked your seat height, hasn't slipped in a race. Got a little marker pen there, a little scratch. Like, you can be a pro rider and still not know the importance of carbohydrate. That's amazing. But that's really cool that Bjarne Riis doesn't make that assumption that everybody knows, because a lot of people don't, and he's still drilling it into them. He's drilling that fundamental. I mean, learning the importance of sugar, getting enough sugar, that's what you learn on day one. Day one, and these guys are like, a lot of these guys have been racing for 10 years, that's day 3,650. And Bjarne Riis is saying, hey guys, make sure you get enough sugar, because these intervals could drain your muscle glycogen, and then you can't perform, you know? And we saw, this footage, by the way, is from Victor Campanat's. We did a podcast together. I have a stack over the last 7 years of World Tour riders. Write me, inbox me, Instagram, email, Messenger, durianrider, love your videos. my nutritionist on the team says this, you look a lot leaner than my fat nutritionist does. What should I really do? World Tour levels. And I don't want to mention, I don't want to be clout chasing, dropping any names. So if you look carefully in the World Tour, certain Tour de France winners, etc., or some pretty key players out there are adopting a vegan diet or mostly vegan. All right, you see it. Just pay attention, and you maybe go, well, maybe they talk to Durianrider. Maybe they watch one of Durianrider's videos. And that's not me to say, hey, that's just physiology, man. You need sugar. What are you trying to do? 7 watts per kilo, or 6 watts per kilo, 5 watts per kilo, without enough sugar in the tank? It baffles me. This is sugar in the water bottle here. I've got about 300 grams of sugar in this. It's been dissolving. And it's like, beautiful. I don't drink coffee. I don't need coffee. I have caffeine very, very rarely. I get my energy from sleep, from water, and from sugars. If you use caffeine to give yourself energy, that's okay in a 24-hour race, but you still need enough sugar and water. All right, if you're waking up for caffeine, then get more sleep, go back to bed, get your recovery. Anyway, that's just cool to see Bjarne Riis. This is going to go to the top of the head of most people. Most people in society are like, this morning I picked up a Coke can, said no sugar on it. Someone was so undercarbed, so glucose fatigued, they had this can of beverage. They're like, I need something to wake up. I don't do sugar though, so I get the no sugar Coke.
And it had a straw in it.
Had a straw in it. Like, they didn't have enough energy to straw like that. They're like, I need a straw to. And then they're like, they're sitting in the car, they couldn't walk to the bin, so they just drop it. Alright? I didn't see him drop it, but it was there, and the bin was just there. So I picked it up, put it in the bin. This is just what we're dealing with in society. People are so undercarbed and so caffeine dependent. It's really sad to see. So, but I get it. Most people go over the top of the head. But is sugar bad? Won't sugar make you fat, Durianrider? Won't cycling make your legs really huge and you'd be like a Michelin man if you eat sugar like I am? Come on, gang. It doesn't get me frustrated and ranting and on and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, that's the deal. Carbs, when we just finished the Mawson Trail here in the desert of South Australia, beautiful trip. And I got lean in just a week of riding with no calorie restriction. Didn't use any stimulants. I did use a bit of caffeine the last day out of Coca-Cola, full sugar. But 7 days, no stims, just riding, 8 hours a day, just cruising, eating all I want as normal, just body lean up even more, which I'm not trying to do because I'm already super lean, But it's just, I see these people doing these crazy boot camp workouts trying to lose weight, and I'm like, man, just change your diet.
Harley, you should have taken 4 no-dose daily and ridden through the night.
And not eat. And then just be a total emotional nutcase and then hate the ride. Hate the ride. I did the ride, I loved it, had a great time. So, anyway, that's the deal there. Use stims if you want, but don't use them every day. Every month, okay, every week, yeah. Make sure you get enough sleep and water, please, and sugars. Anyway, that's the deal, that's the video there. Just real talk, but most people won't appreciate it. Because it's like, it's not the social narrative. Social narrative's carbs are bad. Carbs are bad, Don't go vegan. Because, carbs make you fat. Oh, Durianrider, remember that Greg Douchet guy? Oh, the little 15-year-old kids. Durianrider's a moron. Carbs make you fat. Durianrider's too skinny. Durianrider's girlfriend's too skinny. Durianrider's advice makes people fat. But Durianrider's too skinny. And Durianrider's girlfriend's too skinny. Anyway. That's the rant. Peace.